Off Script with Tony Cash, a space for honest dialogue, conversations that may not fit traditional formats, but are essential for real growth. We tackle the questions the church often avoids through transparent conversation, trusted experts, and biblical clarity. Off Script delivers godly answers to real-life issues without judgment, fear, or performance, because people don't live in sermons, they live in real life. This is
Off Script.
Yeah.
Off Script.
What's up, everybody? It's Off Script with Tony Cash. Listen, I'm so excited to have you here with me tonight. You know, one thing about this show, it is a show that takes you from one extreme to the next. We might be talking about things that are religious. We may be talking about things that are about life. And then we may talk about relationships. And now tonight, we're going to talk about something that most people think they want, but really don't understand what comes with it. And that is this idea of fame. One of the things that I have realized is that even if you get a little bit of notoriety, it can be a challenge to your family, even to your own privacy, and just how you see life. So tonight, I am super excited about Off Script with Tony Cash. I have someone with me tonight who I'm probably going to rib and poke a little bit all night long, but I have a very personal relationship with him, grew up with him in a little place called Bankhead Courts. So he's a friend, he's a fellow songwriter, he's all those things that I'm going to just really pick his brain tonight. Rob is a leader in our community. I've seen him do everything from funerals for those who passed and maybe they couldn't afford to have someone come sing. He's a musician. He's a father. He has an amazing fiance in Jenny. And so I've seen him run the gamut. So tonight, without further ado, you're going to experience the RL experience live and in person. And when I tell you you're in for a treat, ladies,
Whether it be good or bad, you know what I'm saying? But you know, so what I'm trying to say is the song is, if you Google it, Google a song, it's the most successful song in Billboard history. Not Michael Jackson.
wow,
Not Prince.
right,
Not James Brown.
right,
Lil Nas X.
right.
You know what I'm saying? 19 weeks. It spent 19 weeks at
Wow.
number one, breaking the record on Billboard charts.
Wow.
So you take a kid that come from where we come from,
Yes.
and you go from the top. I mean, and where do you go from that? And I think that's been the biggest struggle.
And it's
Figuring out where do you go when you're at the top?
wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
notches below the top is still great.
Right.
And sometimes people have a hard time dealing with the notches below the top. I mean, you still play on house money, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's been kind of frustrating, you know. Like I told you, it's what you did was like that has never been done before. It's hard to top greatness, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And one of the things that I hear, though, I wanted to stop you just to say something. One of the things I hear is that becomes the problem. Trying to top
Yep.
what can't be topped. You know, artists, athletes. I mean,
Yeah.
is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, trying to get back to the top of the mountain, and not, you know, understanding that halfway is better than, you know what I'm saying, most out there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've been singing for all my life, and
Yes.
you accomplish more than I have, as far as accolades and stuff like that, and money. You accomplish way more than I ever accomplished, you know. So I guess, you know, that kind of pressure on a kid, you know, basically right out of high school.
I was about to ask you, how old was Lil Nas when he had that hit record?
I think he graduated in 2017. I think that hit in 20. I would say he was close to 19 or 20 years old.
Wow.
So, you know.
Instant fame. instant adulation, I think that's the word.
Yeah.
Fandom, money.
Yeah. And he followed it up with the Grammy album.
Wow.
His album was a Grammy-winning album. So he's sitting on 3 Grammys. You know what I'm saying? So what did you
At 20-something.
what's out the Grammys? Like,
Yeah, there's nothing after that.
Exactly. So,
But more Grammys.
More Grammys, you know.
What kind of? So you are a father. What kind of child did you see, and did you see that happening, or did you intentionally, as a father and the mother, say we're raising this type child? Because I've seen parents who said, "Oh, you know, like Michael Jackson. We all went to see that. Who went? Anybody in the studio went to see Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Woo! Like Ric Flair said, woo! They hit that. But we can see that sometimes gifts are just obvious. It is nothing you can do that. But then sometimes it's you put it in the oven, you mix it up, you bake it, you put it in the oven, and it still produces. Would you say you could obviously see those gifts and talents, or did you all have to work on it?
I saw that when he was young.
Wow.
You know, he was a smart kid. He was on the superintendent list. He got the superintendent award.
Oh, wow.
In high school. So he was a very smart kid. You know, went to West Georgia College.
Oh, wow. That's my wife's alumni.
Yeah. So as a kid, I used to kind of like give him things to kind of let him hone in on his skill.
Okay.
Like, you know, back then iPods and stuff like that.
Sure.
I try to tell him.
Sure.
And I loaded like real artists in his ear.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like Usher and people you can kind of like hone your skill to. So I think that helped, you know, and all the other kids thought I was kind of like, you know, babying him too much.
The siblings. They thought, okay.
I didn't do the Joe Jackson, but
But you
I
can
kind of
just
like
see.
went the opposite way. I kind of like did opposite of Joe. I kind of like coddled him.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, now when you say coddle, I'm thinking this is because a father can see what type of child he has. Am I right? You can see that pressure in him. That was
make sure he had the things he needed as a kid that would improve upon what I saw.
Okay.
And it was not just music skill. He was just a bright kid, just a smart kid.
Okay.
I thought no matter what he would be successful in it because he had a mindset of he wanted to be the best.
Okay.
Even as a kid, he wanted to be the best in class.
Oh, wow.
He wanted to be the one to make all the A's. He wanted to outdo all the kids.
Wow.
You know, and sometimes they could be like, you know, arrogant. They come out as arrogant, but listen, as long as you know, if you got to do it, you know what I'm saying?
So as a father and when he was young, were you dibbling dabbling in music even then, or were you had you not started when they were children?
Yeah, I was still doing music then, but you know, back then, man, you had to pretty much know some people to get into music. It ain't like today. You can just, you know, music easy to make now.
Yes.
And back then, it's like, you know, you got to have this guy with a studio.
Yeah, connection.
Studios are bigger, and you got to have money. You know, took a lot. You know.
But you still were dreaming, though.
I never stopped dreaming, man. And I still be dreaming.
Yes.
I still dream, man. I haven't given up yet.
Yeah. So as you think about this, you know, and we've seen the success. You know, when did he come to you and say, Dad, I'm ready to go out there and make this album? Like, how did that happen? Were you a part of that, or did he just bring it to you and all of a sudden it was in your lap?
Yeah, it was the summer. I think school had let out, college had. He was in summer break, and I knew he wanted to tell me something. Mm-hmm. But it took him, you know, me being me, you know where we from. You're going to school, you're going to get to education.
Better than we ever were.
So he came to me and said, I think I want to sit out next year. I said, what you mean you want to sit out? What that mean? Right. Sit out what? You know what I'm saying? I want to try this music thing. I said, what? You lost your mind or something?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, dude, music is a long shot.
Yes.
I know Cat's been trying to do it for a long time, and they ain't broken to the top 1,000 yet.
Yeah. Right.
So for you to think you're gonna drop out of school to pursue music, and I ain't seen you do nothing.
Right.
when it comes to music, right?
Right.
So
So you had so at that time he wasn't actively.
he started out doing rap music.
Okay.
He was trying to do rap music,
Okay.
and that's like dime a dozen.
Everybody
and their mama doing rap music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't.
MC Grandma.
Yeah. So I was acting as a parent. You know, not that I doubted what he could do, because I believed in what he could do. Then at the time I was married. My ex-wife. She was totally against it.
Okay.
So I kind of had to like ride with her a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying. And eventually I gave in and say, okay, this what you want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who am I to tell you what you can't do?
Right.
You know, and if you listen to one of his songs, so he has a song called Dead right now. Actually, I'm doing background on that song on his Grammy. I'm on the Grammy song. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay.
A Grammy album. So
Okay.
He talked about it. You know what I'm saying? He talked about how I told him what you trying to do is one of the million.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So and it worked. You know. So who am I? You know.
Now, so that we talked about the early years. Once his fame hits, and because there's some in the movie Michael Jackson, what you kind of feel like is Joe is kind of living through the kids, and I can understand that, because if you have worked, like you said, all your life, and then here come this kid, and it's just a natural, and you're like, he's getting what I always dreamed of. For you as a father who had those same aspirations, how was it watching his dream come true while you were still honing, working on yours?
I was happy for him. I was glad. I was glad for him, to see, because I look at it like, sometimes when God give you an assignment, it might not be for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? By me just being who I am, singing, maybe he saw what I was doing and he wanted to do it. And sometimes it be for the next generation.
Yes, that's right.
Sometimes it be for the next generation. And we think that what we're doing now is for us. But it could be to inspire the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you pastoring now,
right.
But your son might grow up to be like, big old
Jakes or something.
Yeah.
And I think about that too, by the way.
And people say, where do you get that from?
Yeah, I said, I'm doing this level. I do think about that. And then Kennedy or Jack may come along, and just the right time in life,
exactly,
they just blow up. So you talked about how.
But if you never do what you do, he'll never see you do it, so he'll never become that.
Right.
So
right. So their greatness really becomes our greatness in that way. You talked about how at the time your ex-wife, she just was adamant about no. Was there a particular reason she was, or was there something that she had personally experienced, or did she see you in the studio all night?
No. It was that she went through the rigorous task of finding money and scholarships to get him in school. So she was tied to that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that wasn't easy to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to find scholarships, and I got to find money over here to get you in school, and then we finally get you in school, and then you want to quit. So I understood her frustration.
Okay.
But me, being a dreamer myself,
yes,
I couldn't stop nobody else's dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it went. So that's where it went. So I understood why she was really upset about it, because she on the computer day and night.
Being what moms do. And there's some
filling out all these grants and you know what I'm saying.
FAFSA and all that
stuff. She
now
put
you want to come to me talking about
she put in all that work. So
and you don't want to do it no more. Oh, you gonna do it? She's the Joe Jackson of school life.
Yeah.
But okay, so when this happened, you guys does his big break come while you're married or after?
His break came while we was married.
So while you're married, his big break comes. How does that impact you all? Like, does it bring you closer? Does it impact how does that impact you guys?
I don't think it really had an impact.
Okay.
But she did make the statement to me like this probably gonna be the end of it, and I never understood like.
Oh wow.
I guess I didn't get that like. I guess she
As he
like,
was ascending, she said that this is probably going to be the end of us.
in some kind of way she said that. I guess she felt like I would have access to money and I wouldn't need her or something like that. But we had other issues than that. But
Okay.
I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, that was said. So I'm not gonna say that that was the straw that broke the
Right.
back.
But it might have had a little bit of impact on it
1%.
because her mindset,
1%.
not your mindset. And the only reason I ask is because I've seen what fame has done to families. You know what I mean? Like 1 minute we're close because we need each other, we're bonded. But now, like you said earlier, no, we got everything we.
But that didn't come like quick.
Okay.
That didn't come
Okay.
like being able to have things didn't come like immediately.
Okay.
It was like, yeah, I worked like 2-3 years after that song.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
but I never complained, because it wasn't my success.
That's right.
I can't complain about somebody's success.
Okay.
So I just sat back and let God do what God gonna do when He gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my motto. I'm gonna let God do what God gonna do. God gonna be God anyway.
He's gonna be God.
Do you? You know
Do
what I'm saying? I talk to God like that.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? God gonna do what He gonna do when He gonna do it, and when the time came, He came to me, and I never asked for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that He do for me, He do it from His heart.
Well, that's what a
You know what I'm
son or
saying?
a daughter's gonna
Yeah,
do.
I never asked. I never asked Him for one dime.
Wow.
I never asked Him for one dime because that money don't move me, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm moved by how people feel when I inspire them with music. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like somebody say, if I do a funeral, somebody say,
Yeah.
"This man, I heard people sing, but I felt you."
Yes.
That
Yes.
and I think that's a God in me, and I just God has always given me what He told me, what He promised me.
When you talk about God, and we know that Lil Nas X has had some very controversial moments, can you share with us how important was God in his life as a child from you and his mother, or was that not a great part of how you guys raised him?
Yeah, he was raised in the church. Of course I sang in the church every Sunday. He's in the church watching. I think when you become like an adult, Tony, and you and I both know we go our own way.
Yes.
We depart from what Mama taught us. And Mama and Dad taught us. You know what I'm
I
saying?
went a long way
And we do our
from
own
what
thing.
my mama taught me, so I understand
and
that
we do
part.
our own thing, man. We do our own thing because we feel like it's time for us to be our own man,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
own person. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
we have done some things that we was taught not to do.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And the only difference between us and him, he had to play it out in the public eye.
That's right.
His mistakes, was played out in the public
Yes.
eye. So that's what makes it look like it's different, but it's no different than us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We went places we were told not to go.
Yes.
We dealt with women we were told not to
Yes,
deal with.
yes, yes,
you know
yes,
what I'm saying?
yes.
We hung around cats we were
Yeah.
told not to hang around.
You and I have that private conversation
Yeah.
about some people
Yeah.
we grew up around and where we should have said,
Yeah.
okay, I need to cut. So you're right. So he has siblings and you have other children.
Yeah.
Did they all grow up together watching this fame, or how does the kids deal with this?
They all, he makes sure he include them in things he do as
Okay.
best he can. Like every award show, we'll take turns. This crew will go this
Okay.
award show. This crew will go to this award show. This crew will go to this award show. We took time, and I took the back seat to allow them to kind of like enjoy what he was his role, enjoy the role he was on.
Okay.
Because I could have said, "Listen, I'm the dad. I'm going to
Joe
the Grammy."
Jackson.
I didn't
You
go
could
to
have been Joe
Yeah,
Jackson.
I went to the American Music Award in the Black Award, the BAT Award, and I allowed some of them to go to the Grammy
Sure.
Award. You know what I'm saying?
So that everybody can experience that blessing that God has.
that blessing. You know what I'm saying?
So your father, and you're looking at this child, because every time you and I talk, I think about my babies, Jackson and Kennedy. Your father, you're looking at this amazing child, and he's ascending in the world's eye. But what are you seeing behind the scene that the world does not know that happens to someone who ascends like that and get that kind of fame? And the reason I ask that is because, media outlets, people, TikTok, they got all these opinions, but you don't know, unless you're there, what it's like to watch your child, or it could have been your spouse, but in your case it was your child, ascend into fame, but the things that are happening on the back end. Tell us a little bit about that, whatever it was.
The first thing that I remember laying in bed, I got to go to work the next morning, and my daughter called me. No, my son called me. My daughter, I think he went to New York to visit with the people in Columbia Records.
Okay.
So I said, go ahead and talk to them. I don't know what they talking about.
Right.
So they called me late. They want you to come to New York. I said, I gotta go to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, cause I'm still in regular dude mode. I'm like, man, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Y'all ain't about to mess up my check.
They want you to come to New York to kind of like sign this contract. Man. So they put me on the flight the next morning. Columbia Records, they flew me up to New York, and they try to woo us and do all this. And then you had, and at the same time they say we sitting in the room, we sitting in Columbia Records, we sitting in Ron Perry. Ron Perry, he's the CEO.
Okay.
He's talking, hey man, glad to meet you, man. You original genius. Who y'all talking to? Who y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because and they just and they kept us and they held us hostage. They didn't hold us hostage.
But it felt like y'all not leaving this room till you sign.
Till we sign,
right.
So we come to some kind of agreement. And
right.
he had different people calling. Will I Am was trying to call. Will I Am called. A lot of different people trying to get him to come sign with them.
Right.
Well, I don't know who Will I Am was with, but he was trying to call, and they were trying to keep him from talking to everybody else, so they wouldn't let him leave until they signed the contract. So we went over the contract and sitting there with all the executives. And the one thing I like about my son, he knew what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? He turned down a contract with Atlantic Record. He turned down a contract with Atlantic Record to sign with Columbia, because Atlantic Record, they just wanted the one song. So I'm like, take the deal.
Like, this is a lot of money.
Like, this is a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, no.
I think it was like a couple of $100,000. I'm like, man, we never had $100,000.
Right.
But he said, no, Dad. He said, no, Dad. No, he said, no, this is not smart. He said, no, Dad, they just want this single deal. They just want me to sign this single deal.
But I got it for a lifetime.
But exactly. So, so we ended up with Columbia Record, all the big wigs, they never white men. They might have a couple of black dudes in there. And
when they had brought them off the street and say, hey, are you busy? Come sit in here. We'll pay you $1,000. Yeah.
And then we would just negotiating the contract and back and forth. And he wasn't worrying about the money. The biggest thing he wanted in the contract was creativity freedom.
Wow.
He wasn't gonna sign until he got creativity, the freedom to create the way he wanted to create his music. That's why a lot of songs you see people like, he did that because he got the freedom to do that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Of course, they wouldn't let him do that if they was in charge of it. He write his own music, and he got creative freedom to do the music he want. You know what I'm saying? So and I got the contract, and I texted the contract to a friend, to a guy I knew who was into like he was a lawyer for that type of stuff.
Okay.
And he sent it back and said, man, that's a good contract. How you getting that?
Right.
How he get that contract?
Right.
He ain't known. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I said, okay, well, cool then. You know what I'm saying? He said, that's a good deal right now. So I said, cool then. So we signed the contract, man. I still got the picture today, man. I'm signing the contract. And I was elated for him, He got what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? He got what he wanted.
And behind that, those things, what do we not see as the public that it takes to be that person, you know, and the impact that it has on that person's family? Like, you know, we see, like you just said, we see he got the big contract. We see he got the nice car, nice house. We see he can take care of his parents, but behind that, whether it be work, what are the things that we as the public don't see that happens that makes this wheel go around, or the challenges that come with that kind of obligation and contract or fame?
I think his work ethic, man. His belief in what he's doing. You know, he trusts in what he's doing. He has a plan. He stick with it. He try not to allow people to come into his ear to tell him to do it this way or do it that way. And I think when you're a creator, you have to be willing to go down with the ship.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If it's your idea, I'm not going to go down with your idea. I'm going to go down with my idea.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I like about him. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he'll shoot me a song. Dad, what you think about this? You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like that. I like that. But sometimes I say you can do it a little bit. You can do this, do that, do that. But eventually he do it his way. I think he said, you know what I'm saying? You know when people create music, they want somebody to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
You and I go through that with each other.
You want somebody to hear it, because you just want to get an idea of what it, you know what I'm saying, what it sound like, you know, other than your ears.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he's an awesome kid, man. In my opinion, you know.
Well, everything you've ever told me about him, I remember what we were praying about. I think it was all over the news. I think he was in California, and you flew out. You took the family, and we were praying about that. And to me, I can look you in your eyes and tell you I only seen what happened one time, because when you love a person, you don't care about the salacious news. I never, like, you know, because sometimes you can't help what flashes. So that was my first time seeing it. I've never Googled it again, because I was now concerned about my friend, my brother. So I can look you in your eyes and tell you, I've never, for you as a father, watching that happen, play out, and TMZ and all these people, what was that like for you as a father? Because was that the time Mom was sick also? Was that?
I think Mom had already passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were
this was like last year.
Okay.
This was recently.
Okay.
Yeah, this was like last year.
So what was that like for you as a father to see? Because you don't know him as Lil Nas. That's your son. Yeah. What was that like for you?
It was disappointing in a way, but I understood, you know, what he probably going through, the exhaustion of trying to continue to produce, you know, at a high level. And like I said, once you're at the top, that crave, that euphoria of getting back is you know what I'm saying? It's harder to get back. You know what I'm saying?
Not to mention the people around you pushing you.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I can feel, you know, he has a lot on his shoulder, on his back. You know, he feel like he got to take care of everybody. You feel like you just got to keep up the same energy that you had and get back to the top. And you know, and sometimes, you know what I mean? And regular people crash out sometimes. Yes. So you can imagine, you know, somebody, you know what I'm saying, who's been to the top, you know, trying to get back to the top.
What did you say? You know, not the exact words, but as a father who walked in that room and saw your son in that space, what did you say to him that you would say to me or any father or mother who's dealing with their child? Maybe they've got great success as an attorney, but then do you remember that moment and how you reassured him as a father?
I didn't say nothing. Wow. Because I went to LA I still didn't see him till like 2 days later because they had a hold on him. But when I was able to go
You mean
see
the
him,
hospital?
no, he had got out of the hospital. He was in the jail now.
Okay.
So when I went to see him in the jail, when I first saw him, he and I both just broke out crying. And it was like we looked at each other in the eye, and it was a mutual. You can look at your son in your eye, in his eye, and y'all talking without talking.
That's correct.
Y'all saying a lot without having a conversation because he know what you're thinking, and
You know what
and I know what he thinking. So you know what I'm saying. Things understood don't have to be explained.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying. So and we just put hands and get the glass like that because we can touch each other.
Okay.
So and then we started laughing. By the time I left, we was laughing. We was laughing about it, you know. And I was telling you, sometimes God will take you through stuff. Sometimes God will take you through stuff to let you know that He is God. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how big you are.
That's right.
You know, God, He can break you down.
Yes.
He can whoop you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
How Mama love you, but you finna get that whipping.
You still gonna get this whipping. So you, since that happened, has that made your relationship stronger? Has it made you giving more attention as a father? Like how has that impacted you and that relationship with him? And even the other children, has it brought you all closer?
I mean, we always have been close.
Okay.
You know, and I've never been a man of many words.
Okay.
To my kids, I've always been like an example father.
Sure.
I always been like look what I'm doing.
Okay.
Follow me.
Okay.
Not don't go by what I'm saying. Go by look at what I'm doing. I always been that type of father, man. Like try to lead by example. You know, because growing up, I never had a father in the house with me. I had a stepfather, but it just didn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was what a father was about. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was with my mama. He wasn't there for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's different, man. You know, so I really didn't have a father. I just had a man in the house.
Yeah,
and that's
there's a
you know what I'm
difference.
saying. You know, and the relationship with him, and my mama, I don't think it wasn't what I liked. So,
Right.
I ain't gonna get into all that, but so yeah, man, I just try to lead by example. You know what I'm saying, and get in where I fit in.
Yeah.
And try to let them be men. 'Cause
Yeah.
I most of my kids are men now, one daughter. So I kind of try to let them make mistakes.
Yes.
Because sometimes you get in the way too much.
Yes.
You're doing more harm than good. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So sometimes you have to allow them to make mistakes, man. You have to let them fall down.
Yeah. We're going to pivot to you. Is there one thing that the world doesn't know about him that you can share? A good thing that they'd be surprised, maybe he's funny, maybe is there that one thing that...
Oh, he's definitely funny, man.
So he's okay.
Yeah, he's definitely funny. If anybody, you ever follow him on Instagram, yeah, that's all he do is clown around, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's shied away from like social media as much as he used to because, I think he understand now that, being too visible and good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he kind of shied away from it somewhat. I don't know. He's trying to make a great comeback, and he'll come back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But he's
always been like a character
Okay.
on social media.
So speaking of example, you write, you sing, and very shortly we're getting ready to let you sing your song. But tell us a little bit about where you're at with this music thing. Is there is it something because this song is new. I know this song is new.
Yeah.
But is there a project you have out there, or there's some things you're going to be doing real soon? How's your the RL experience going?
Well, the RL experience, I'm working on my third album.
Okay.
My first album I dropped like right before he dropped his first song.
Okay.
So my music now, I'm trying to focus more on everybody else.
Right.
Trying to inspire. Looking out, man, you can see we got issues in our community, man.
Yes.
And, you got black men arguing with black women.
Yes.
The kids the murder rate amongst our kids. And it seemed like, I wonder what God is thinking. Sometimes,
Okay.
God, what you thinking about what we doing? How we say we kings and queens, but we living like this.
Right.
So God, I just think God been putting in my heart to just make music based on edifying the community.
Yes.
That's what my music is now, edifying them. Every now and then I throw in a song, airing out my grievances with the world, you know what I'm saying? But most of my songs is to edify the community. The song Make Me Stronger. The song Make Me Stronger. It's a song it's inspire people, man. We all go through stuff, Tony. And you got your things you go through, and I got mine I go through. And we can't be there for each other all the time. So, but what we can do, ask God to just make me strong. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And what I'm going through.
Absolutely. Well, we're about to, ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a treat. I'm going to move out of the way and let Rob.
And I want to make sure I say
Sure.
this. Friday, Mother's Day weekend, I got a song coming out called Sister Girl. And it's dedicated to black women, coming from a black man. Me just saying I understand what y'all go through. We understand what y'all go through. We hear y'all.
Tell everybody where they can find all of your music before you.
Streaming on all platforms, man. Wherever you stream music, you can find artists now. So.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I bring you none other than my friend, my brother, R.L. Stafford, to sing his song, Make Me Stronger.
Stand?
Yes.
Okay. Lord, make me stronger. Make me stronger. Make me stronger. Oh, stronger. Oh, make me stronger. Lord, make me stronger. Stronger. Make me stronger. Stronger. Make me stronger. Stronger. Oh, make me stronger. When I look around, I see the four walls closing in on me. Seems I'm just getting older. Seems the world is on my shoulder. But I'm putting my life in your hands. Now can you make a better man? Lord, make me stronger. Make me stronger. Make me stronger. Oh, make me stronger. Yes, I was. Oh, make me stronger. Make me stronger. Oh, make me stronger. Yes, I was. When I'm alone, I cry so no one can see. Your presence keep me company to tell me where I ought to be and to protect my family. Feels like I'm running out of time.
Need you to show me a sign.
To you, my life, I give you mine. Now I believe I'll be just fine. Lord, make me stronger. Oh, make me stronger.
listen, stay right here. Tonight, we have had an experience with R.L. Stafford. It's been an amazing thing, amazing time. I want you to like this show, share, and subscribe. And at this moment, I want to give you Tony's moments. You know, sometimes we pray for a lot of things in life. We ask God, if you bless me with this, I'd be so happy. If you do that for me, Lord, that would be the most important thing in my life. But one of the things that we've learned tonight is that whatever God does for you, you got to make the best of that. And that every day is a blessing. And on the other side of what you're asking for, there are challenges also. And so it's okay to pray for whatever you want, but never forget that even the children of Israel experienced, we're in the land of Canaan, but there are giants there. There are always going to be challenges, but what we learned tonight is with God, all things are possible, and you can get through that. This has been Off Script with Tony Cash and Tony's Moment. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Take care.